Yeah, I don't know if the video game recording audio is on, so I'm just going to assume it's off. Hello, I am back. Sorry to address. Last time I said I'm making a video tomorrow, and I got there. I said I was going to make my first video, technically the third in October, and I mean, it's relatively close to October. We're kind of there. If you stretch it, if you think about it, then we're at October, but you just have to transpose it just several months over, and then that's today's date. But I'm sorry for low key messing that up just a little bit. I don't know where the werewolf is, so hopefully. Oh, right there. Well, that's not great. What about the sinkhole? Where's the sinkhole? Anyways, I don't really have much to say today, but I did have a little short story that I can tell you. This is when my school implemented a new late policy. Considering me, you might have noticed that I'm a bit of a procrastinator, and I think it runs in the family because I know everyone I know is a procrastinator. It just feels so good to put things away for another time and say, oh, I'll get to that in 10 years, even though you never really get to it, but still. It's also really bad for you, so that is not the werewolf, so I can go there. So don't procrastinate, but I do, so throwing TNT, I've never heard of that. So, as I'm such a big procrastinator, usually the time I upload is correlated with the time that I actually start working on things. That's the sinkhole, that's also not good. Not only that, but usually when I would get to school, I'd get to school at the very last moment. If my school started at 8 o'clock, I'd be there at 7:58 waiting for the bell to start. I'd just be there waiting for 2 whole minutes. And for me, that's unacceptable. I mean, 2 whole minutes being early, that can't be. But maybe that's not the best method, looking back upon it. But regardless, my whole method of coming to school almost late every day worked for the most part. Maybe once or twice a semester would be a day that would come though where I was actually late. This is not good for me. This isn't really good for me. Yeah, he is following me. Shoot. This might be it. It might be cooked. It's fine. I'm fine. We're good. We're chilling. We're chilling. This is a chill scenario. I'm totally chill. Right now, there's no panic whatsoever. Can't believe they made this inaccessible. There's no panic whatsoever. I'm not nervous about literally dying at any moment. This is fine. This is fine. Why are there bats in the sky? What is Bat Swarm? Don't touch me. What just happened? I just got half of my health demolished, bro. It was just obliterated in a second. I'm gonna die. What was that? That's alright. Anyways, we're back in here. I think we're on a spaceship, so hopefully it doesn't get to any disasters. Yeah, that's the name of the game. It's crazy. This is not good. Why am I slow? Why am I slow? Why am I slow? Do I have slowness? Why can't I? Yeah, we are fried. Thank you, Swampy Poo. Yeah, why am I slow? I can't sprint. My method worked extremely well of showing up the minute or 2 minutes before the bell. This is not good. Before my junior year. In my junior year, that's when my whole method came crashing down. Because sometimes, I'll guarantee you, I was late a few times. But it would be maybe once or twice a semester, as I said. Not really that big of a deal, in my opinion. Some teachers thought it was a big deal. I did not. And most people were late sometimes. I mean, it's okay to be late like a minute or two, in my opinion, because really, it's class. The teacher's not going to be waiting for you. It's not like you're holding them up. They're just going to start teaching. It's only you that's missing stuff. So it's not really wrong to be a minute or two late. It's not like you're holding someone else up. There we go. I can run. That wasn't great, but it's okay. Nonetheless, our school decided that no, someone must stand up against this injustice that's being done against its students. This injustice of people being late to class by a minute. Oh, how dare they? They're holding up the whole school's schedule just by being late for a minute or two. Our school genuinely thought this. They thought, oh, well, okay. I'm still good. I genuinely thought that the people being late was ruining our school's culture. Now, was it actually? In my opinion, absolutely not. As I said earlier, is it really wrong to be late 1 minute or two? And also, that literally was our school's culture. That's what we were known for, was we'd be there late. Even so, we were also known for being really good at academics. So it's like, who cares really? But our school thought it was a big problem. So in the first semester of my senior year, wow, I really suck at this game. Haven't played in a while. Well, I see. But in senior year, they decided that this lateness epidemic had to stop. So they decided that if you were late 1 minute, you get a detention. Even seconds after the bell, you get instant detention. The way they unfolded this policy was probably the worst way I've seen a policy enacted in my history of being on Gaia, bro. The whole time, this is not a bad spot, I guess. The worst part of it was that they didn't tell the teachers either. So all the teachers thought that it was just the same as old, where if you get a very reasonable 4 tardies in a row, then you're going to get a detention. But no, it changed all of a sudden, and they didn't tell the teachers. So all the former chill teachers who would only mark you tardy if you were really late were no longer the chill teachers, as they did not know that the new policy was enacted. So they had no idea that, turns out, they were giving their students detentions without actually even knowing it. And I didn't know this policy either. And so usually I'm coming to school at the regular time, starting off the semester, it's always new, trying out new classes. And I think it was about the 5th day when I was late. And the day after was when they sent out the day after is when they sent the email out to the whole school. And that email said that they were enacting this new... Yeah, I really do suck at this game. Nonetheless, that email said that they were enacting a new tardy policy, and that new policy was to give people detentions if they were even 1 second late. Oh, this is boding well. Is this a bad thing? Spider-Man's in the air. And that guy's... These two are... Oh. Okay. I think it's fixed. Maybe someone just had really bad ping in the lobby and they're just dragging us all down with their bad ping. Or maybe it was just me and I'm dragging everyone else down with my bad ping. They sent out an email saying that their new late policy was that if you're even a minute late, then you get a detention. And that's it. There is absolutely no mercy on this rule. They would not give any cares what the detention was for, the way they told us at least, and said that you get a detention no matter what. And I was like, man, this really sucks, because I would get so many detentions. And it turns out I did. I got 2 detentions within my first week of school after never having gotten detention before, because I was late both times 2 minutes. Now, is that fair? I don't know. But it was what they said when I was serving the detentions that really made me upset. I walk into the detention hall, and there's about 100 people there. And they're all there waiting to get told where to go. Because sometimes our detentions are different. We have to pick up trash. We have to go work on an event, move boxes. It could pretty much be anything. This time, though, we got lucky, and we just got to stay in a hall and just work on homework. Which for me at this time, I had a lot of homework. It was the beginning of the new year. It was fine. So I did work on my homework quite a lot. That was definitely what I was doing. This is not good. I'm just gonna assume that zombie doesn't know where I went. Man, look at this, bro. Oh my, this is so slow. This is what playing on Hypixel is like for me now. The lag is so ridiculously trash. Oh my. But anyways. So I'm serving my first 2 detentions. And in the first detention, they say, well, look, this is what it's like in real life too. If you're 1 minute late, then you're going to serve a punishment. And then that punishment can be that they cancel whatever you're going to, or you won't get a job or whatever. And for a 16-year-old, that was a very scary thing to be told that every single job that you go into, every single thing you do in your life will penalize you if you're even a second late. And it kind of made me fear that that was true, that what they were saying was actually true. But I think, looking back, maybe I can say with my own previous experience that it's not necessarily the most true. I mean, I've been late to doctor's appointments, and I still haven't gotten one canceled on me yet. I know it's not good, but when I wasn't driving myself and I was 10 years old, I mean, what else am I supposed to do? But I don't know if you get canceled, and will you really lose a job over being 1 minute late? I've also had a job. Oh, the lag's gone all of a sudden. I've had a job and been late at that job, and I did not get fired. So I don't know. Of course, it's not good to be late to your job. You should always show up on time and stuff. That's why there should be a punishment, but detention, and they told us that you get your job stripped away from you immediately. I don't know about that. I don't know if it's true or if it's just fake and they're just trying to fearmonger us into not wanting to be late to school, the most important thing in your entire life, I guess. I don't know. And they also said that this was fair because our school has a handbook. And in that handbook, it says students are not to be late. Simple policy. What happens? Who knows? They just don't say. But in that handbook, it says students are not to be late. And they took that to mean students are not to be late or else. And I'm like, dude, this is how you're defending your new policy without telling anyone. You're just saying it's been there the whole time and it's existed. The news of this policy kind of spread, so it was well known by this point, the failures of how this policy was enacted. So I'm just realizing 1 minute and 30 seconds, even the timer is laggy, bro. Even the timer is slow. This has been way more than 1.5 minutes. Let's see if I can just survive. Is that the sinkhole? I think that's the sinkhole. So if I stay on this side, I'm probably going to be fine. Probably. Still a minute left. If I had waited this whole time and I was late, then I would have gotten a detention immediately. The amount of time left in this game is the amount of time you need to be late to get a detention. But nonetheless, after this policy was enacted, it spread across the school like wildfire. People were talking, yo, have you heard the new late policy? If you're even 1 minute late, you get a detention. And of course, no one wants a detention, so like we all decided that we must stand up against the fighters. We must rally together and be freedom fighters for our ability to be late 2 minutes. We must be able to be revolutionaries of the tardiness cause. And we decided to go up and talk to the dean. And you know what the dean says? He says he doesn't care, that students don't really have any power, and that he was going to do whatever he wants. And guess what he did? So that late policy stuck around for quite a while. He did talk about it, and he said that he was going to loosen it, but I'm not going to test it out and be the first one to say, hey, is it really loosened, or is he just Johnny? Is he just lying to us immediately? But if someone wants to test it out for me who goes to my school, I don't know how you know that, but hey, hit me up and tell me what you figured out. And the point of this message today is that students can't do anything, teachers are oppressive, and they don't tell us stuff, and you just have to get through it. Yep. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.